Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza Creates. So I'm here for a flip through. I recently took apart 3 journals that I wasn't happy with, and I've put them together into this one journal here. There are bits and pieces salvaged here that I didn't use, so they're ready for other things, and they'll be put where I put ready-made ephemera. I'll link down below to the video if you haven't seen it, or maybe you've popped to this one because you've watched that video. Anyway, just in case, I'm going to try and remember and be clever and insert a picture of how this started. And yeah, here we have it. Got it into one. So this cover started life as a cereal box, and I've covered it in a beautiful soft leather, so it's real leather, and then over the spine I've put this 100% wool sort of fabric, furnishing fabric, upholstery fabric, that's what I meant. And I just added these decorations down the spine because it's using Vintage Days from Artymaze, so I thought it was very sort of Victorian lady style. Added a bit of lace, repurposed one of the book plates from one of the other journals, and I've added these metal corners, which I thought finished off this leather really well, and then just tied a bow here with this lovely linen ribbon that I had. So each of the other signatures were single signatures, and they had 50 odd pages in it, which I thought was too much. So I've got 3 signatures in here from the 3 journals, and there are 10 pages in each, so that is 120 pages in this journal, front and back. I'm gonna put a letter from the bookmaker in this pocket here. This pocket was repurposed from another one of the 3 journals, but I can't find them. You know, I printed off a few, had them ready so I can slot in, put them somewhere that sort of makes them really handy. It's only handy if you can actually remember where you put them. I haven't got a clue, but there you go. So this is the only tag that I made. So I repurposed absolutely everything, took tags from here, there and everywhere, but this one was from another one of the journals with one of these side panels. I made this tag from to go in there rather than the one that was originally in there. So I think because I just took it out and I didn't know which one it was, and I've obviously reused it. I added this tag here and made it into a pocket, and then this is like a faux cabinet card there. These are all the digitals are from Artymaze Vintage Day kit. So I've done this in another one of the journal fronts, so I quite like the idea. This one was plainer. So yeah, there is a playlist, Vintage Days journal, so everything in here will have been videoed on how to make it, and it's really nice to revisit. Nice big tag there to revisit, and I'm like looking at ideas, and it's like, oh, do you know, because it was such a long time ago, 3 years ago I made this, I've kind of forgotten lots of the things that I did. These will be the old design shop, some of these faux documents. These would have all been coffee dyed, because 3 years ago I coffee dyed, I didn't tea dye. I tea dye now. That's an old piece of plain paper. You can see where it's sort of stained and what have you. There's a little dangle. I think this is one of the new ones that I added, because of the 3 journals that I made, 2 of them I put charms in and 1 of them didn't. So beautiful papers. I just loved this when I saw it. This is an addition. That pocket was plain. I thought it was too plain, so I had these little tags, and so I just made it into a pocket. And this is a real vintage ticket, so I have added real vintage things to this journal. Lots of stenciling and stamping going on there. So we have a real vintage check. I bought these. I am going to be selling these in bundles. They'll have the end bit, but for this I took it off. I could have folded it, I guess, but I didn't. So that is a blank check. I think these were from the 50s, these checks, so quite old. Stick down. It's quite hard to stick it down. There we go. Get down there. And then there was a tag with a pocket and another tag on there. And then that's behind there, I think this must have been in part of the ephemera that went with the kit. So it all sort of matches. That's why I've chosen that vintage ticket there, because it kind of went. And then there's a vintage photograph. Well, it was postcards. So those packs of postcards that you can get. I think these were Hamburg. But I thought building there. That's where I was going with that. There's some vintage music sheet and a old school book, I think this is, of my son's. Some coffee dyed paper, and then this was me. I did a bit of faux vellum using the pages. I shrunk them down and printed them like that to make this pocket. The paper I used was a bit thicker, and here's another one of those ideas of doing a little tag with a pocket. I like that. It's really, I say 3 years ago, and now I'm sort of revisiting and remembering, you know, some ideas. I think I used this tea dyed, coffee dyed cheesecloth as the fastening for most of them. So we've got some vintage encyclopedia, stained doily, and here's another tag that I did. So this one was a masterboard, I think, and this is decoupaged paper napkin behind. And then this is a pocket that I stamped. Did this thing for a Stampin' Up challenge, because this is all Stampin' Up. Yeah, I love that paper behind. And then here we have the centre of the first signature. So on this side we have a belly band. So there was a row of tickets, and I've just so there's paper underneath, and then I've put on some cheesecloth, and then I've put over the tickets, which I quite liked, all stenciling behind. And then this is I think this was one of the journaling cards. I think it was designed that you fold it back and glue it back, but I actually did it as an opening. So you've got extra journaling spaces on there. And here we've got a triangle pocket and then a pocket on there. So I've got an original piece of ephemera here. This is from 1946. I like the colours, it went with that. So these weren't in the original journals. I've just added these now, because in the last 3 years I've bought shed loads, whereas I didn't back then. Nice big card there with a gentleman on there. And then we've got, that's a back of a cabinet card. That I love those. They do make great journaling cards. And then just one of the photographs just backed that pop in there. And then coming down the other side, so that's the background paper, and this I think complements really well. I went over it with stamping, but yeah, liked that. I made one of the cabinet cards. I backed it, so it's, I love her. I love that coat and that hat. She's just gorgeous. Absolutely fell in love with her. I did. There. And then just a little tag there. Go in, doily, encyclopedia paper, and this is the other side of that envelope pocket thing. And then another one of my card tags. Did a bit of sewing on that one. I haven't added any words to these. I think it's just, you know, how your style changes. So there we are again, paper, paper, paper. And then I made, using some of that faux vellum again, I made a little paper bag there. That one, I think I used thinner paper on this one because that one feels a little bit more vellumy. And another one of those tags that I did with paper napkin in the background. Isn't she gorgeous? There we go. Another little charm there. Some more of that old paper. Some more of that document. And then I did these 3 pockets in a row with, this was my first go at jelly printing there, and I just loved it. Fell in love with jelly printing. I haven't done any for ages, so I really need to get it out and have a go. There she is again. And just the way that the colours I used, and it's really, you can feel it's textured. Really went with the sepia of the photograph. And there she is again. She's beautiful. So that's that. So 3 tags there. So that's the end of that journal. I added this lace to the front and the back. The other 2 journals had them. And here I've just glued on, that was a tag, just glued it on there to end. That's another one of those vintage photographs. I like the colour. I thought it went well with this background. And actually this could almost join together, and that is one of the background sheets, because that is what's on the front but without her, I think. Or is it exactly it? Yeah, no, it's without that flower. That's right. So yeah, I've left that as is because I think she's so pretty. Another little charm there. So they are, I've done a lot of, I did a lot of swapping out, adding and changing, but I love that. I'm gonna be remembering these ideas. I might do a few of them in an ideas book so I don't forget them, because I'll be selling this, so I won't have it as a reference. But there we go. I am not one for just printing off a tag and backing it. I like to put my own little stamp on it, and that just held in there on that ribbon. Doily, and then you've got doily stain there. I liked that. Some more Old Design Shop. So lots of space for journaling in here. Beautiful pages. And then one of the envelopes from the kit. Love that pattern. And then I just put in a bit of coffee dyed paper there for some journaling in. You can add all sorts to it, but I thought that went really well on there. Gave you some interest on this side, and that I thought complemented that side really well. These are some paper clips that I've dyed up. Some vintage music sheets, some more of that paper, and another one of these pocket things that I made. Another tag within with a pocket there. So my paper back then, 3 years ago, I used to put it in the oven, which is why we've got some of this really grungy dark stuff, but I quite liked it. And then I did a bit of stenciling there and there, different stencils. Nice page there, didn't put much on that. Another little charm. And then we've got another one of those belly bands. We're in the center again. Did the same there with this. And then here we do have a few pockets here. So what we've got here is it doesn't go all the way down, it stops. So we've got 3 pockets, but they're shorter pieces, so that you could put shorter things in it and it won't go too far down. So yeah, so we've got that in there. That's from Artymaze Ephemera. That is one of the stubs from, so those checks that I've got, some of them have got the stubs written. So this is from 1964. So I thought that went in there quite nice. I liked that bit. I sort of thought it went well. That is some faux. That is the old design shop. Shrunk it right down. So that's got a nice big bit of journaling there to go behind. I actually think I did it that way, Jez. I think you probably did. There we go. And then this is a little pocket. So I've got some faux tickets there. And then an actual genuine vintage ticket, kind of matching the colours up there. There we go. And then down the other side, more of the same. And then in this pocket here, we have a tag, and I just put in a bit of faux vintage receipt there from the I'm sure this is the old design shop. And all of mine gets your tea dye treatment at the back as well. So I think this was the first kit I bought of vintage sort of documents. I actually think it's the only kit you bought, vintage documents. Or I don't know, I think I bought an Artymaze one, of French ones. So there we go. Did a bit of stenciling on that one, the vintage music sheet. And here we have nice little pocket there. And another one of those. And she matches, which I thought was good. I like the matched up the pink there. So yeah, here she is again, that lovely little girl. And here we have, let's push that how it should be. There we go. Vintage encyclopedia, the other side of that document. Another one of those envelopes there. And oh, I didn't put anything in that. I've got that folding down, so you can write in there, or you could glue it up if you want. Just looking at that, it's not inked at all, so I'm going to stick that up like that, so I remember I still got to do something to that and change paper clip. Some more doily with doily prints. And then this is the back pocket. So this is just a single pocket. That's a little tuck there. I just made her into a stamp there. And we've got a bit of genuine ephemera there. So that is from 1914, I think that is. And yeah, so we've got 2 little bits. I was gonna steam that off so it was a second piece, but I just thought, oh, I'll just put it in. There you go. Got all this genuine ephemera to make journals look more special, so let's use them. Nice big tag there. So some of these tags I use the journaling pages and cut them down to make bigger tags. And then a faux journaling card there. Not journaling, cabinet card. That knows what I mean. There we go, in there. And then this envelope was in a different section, but I thought I'd shove it in there. I love that building. That's just gorgeous. Really like that. So another one of those genuine ones. And here we have some faux check there from 1919. Just a bit of tea dyed on the back there. Put you in there. This is one of the from my original journal, but it had just the picture of the top of the tag and I didn't like it, so I just punched a tab topper there for that. So we've got a nice little tag there. I think I did this as a masterboard. There'll be a video of that somewhere. And another little faux ephemera 1893 there that has been tea dyed, so put that in there. Nice little charm there. And again, on the inside of the pocket we have a double pocket with this there as a extra tack. So a little strip of tickets down there, tiny little photo. I always print off my oh, that only goes so far as well, not all the way to the bottom. Print them off in different sizes so I can get good bang for me buck out of the ephemera. And then that's just simply done there. She goes on there. Doily Encyclopedia, one of the journal pages. Left that plain, so that is do you know what I'm thinking? I'm going to move the envelope. So we've got a bit of something going on here. So that's another envelope from the kit. This one, again, we've got just coffee dyed paper in there. I'm thinking we'll put it that way. So we've got a bit more. Yeah, and then it matches that. And that only needs that because we've got some old design shop receipt there. Vintage music paper. Lovely page from the journal. Another pocket there that again I added this tag and this vintage ticket to, which is green to match the two tags here. So we got a nice big one there and a littler one. Some of that lined paper, tea stained, coffee stained. Another tag there. Again, this was a tag in the kit, but I've embellished it because that's what I do. And then we've got the centre of the journal. Again, they've all got these belly bands, all made in the same way. That is a journaling card. That is a paper napkin that's been decoupaged onto book pages and then tea dyed paper on the back, and then I've sewn around it and done a little bit of stamping. And then that's another one of those journaling cards that I can't do it. There we go. That opens up, and that's got, oh, that's lined paper. That's from the kit. So that was totally just, I think that might not even be glued. That might have just been printed both sides. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, that one. And then here we've got a pocket there, and then that's a tuck. I've got an old letter here, original from 1855. There. I've just left it open because the pocket's big enough, and I just love the way that looked. Nice big tag there. I love her big bows. It's almost like Princess Leia. So that can go in there, and then a cabinet card there that goes inside that tuck there, and then little charm there. Down this side we've got another one of those pockets that are stamped, and it kind of all matches here. So that was some sort of Stampin' Up layout challenge that I did. That's another tag that I made, and that is like an old postcard. Yeah, not a real old postcard, it's a one that's been printed. That's another one of these faux vellum pages that I made, pockets that I made, bags even, out of a journal page. But by the time it was folded to the back, we had like quite a plain bit on the front. So from another bit of the faux vellum, I made this tag. So I decided to pop the back of the tag in the pocket and the pattern bit over the front, and so that made the front of the bag look pretty. And then that is another one of those shrunken down invoices, so lots and lots of space to journal, and that goes on there nicely. I love this corner stamp. I'd forgotten about that. I think that was a free celebration ages ago. 3 years ago it would be, because that's when I made it, Jess. Vintage music paper, and here we have another envelope. There's a bit of me that thinks that it should go on this way. I probably didn't do it that way because they're upside down, but I think I will. And in here, that's faux vellum again, just a little card, journaling card there. Or I could poke it that way. That would get around it, wouldn't it? Put it on the top. Because this has got these 3 envelopes, so 3 envelopes, 3 tags, so it doesn't need anything else. Look how grungy that is. That's what you get from doing it in the oven. So that's another paper napkin on book pages going on there. Oh look, matchy matchy, love it. Made a masterboard, it looks like, I think, to create those. And there's another one there, she featuring a couple of times. So we've got some vintage encyclopedia, some doily, and then this is the last page here, like we've done before. We've got a tag in there, a tag in there, a little specimen card, I made those, a little cabinet card, and a genuine vintage ticket. So it's quite a bit of genuine stuff in here, as well as the digitals. Nice little mixture of the 2 of them. There we go. And then we've got the end here. Again, I added that tab, just got a little pocket there. I think that's one of my tickets that I made. I had a little go at digitals. Been trying to get better at it. And yeah, and then that little tag there fits in this little pocket here, recycled from one of the other journals. And then I made these envelopes, and I popped this in the back, a little bit of decoupage in. I just used coffee stain paper, and I just created the envelope, and then I added paper and decoration. So it's quite a quite a firm envelope, this. And then that's the bit of journaling. So that is the journal that I created out of 3 little journals that I didn't like, and made this one that I now do like. And so, as I said in the video where I show you me doing it, you know, don't be afraid. If you've made something and you're not happy with it, then don't be afraid to take it apart and try and improve it. I had those 3 journals sitting on my shelf for 3 years, very unhappy with it, and wasn't going to sell them because I didn't like them, didn't think they were worthy of somebody paying money for, whereas now I'm very happy with this. So as soon as I work out how to list it on my Ko-fi shop, and I work out what shipping would be to different countries, I'll be able to sort of list it and put it up. So do watch out for that. Okay, bye for now. Here's some pictures.